Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring an incredible devotional that reveals exactly how we can completely level up our character. If you've ever played a video game and you wanted to upgrade your avatar's stats, or maybe you just wanted to figure out how to be a kinder, stronger person in real life, well, that is exactly what we're talking about today. The devotional we're looking at acts like the ultimate, real-life cheat code to becoming the absolute best version of yourself.
But before we get into the details, I want you to think about the ultimate coach or master teacher you'd want to learn from, right? Like, if you wanted to be amazing at soccer, you'd totally want the best soccer coach in the world. Or, if you wanted to build incredible robots, you'd want to learn from a master engineer. We all need someone to show us the ropes and help us practice until we actually get it right.
Section 1. Meet your ultimate teacher.
So, Jesus is the ultimate coach, and this devotional is basically his training manual for us. Just like a coach gives you drills to practice so you can actually win the game, this devotional outlines the exact drills we need to practice to build a winning character. In Matthew chapter 11, verse 29, he directly invites us to his masterclass. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart." Think about that. It's literally like receiving a personal invitation letter from the greatest expert in the whole universe saying, "Hey, come train with me." Now, to really understand the devotional's message, we have to grasp what being meek and lowly actually means. It basically means dropping our ego so we can actually learn from him. Imagine if you showed up to soccer practice acting like you already know everything. You aren't going to learn anything new, right? Being meek means being gentle, having a totally teachable spirit, and realizing you just don't need to brag or be the center of attention when you do something well.
Section 2. Learning the hard stuff.
Changing who we are definitely takes practice. The devotional lays out a training plan with 4 really challenging steps as our core curriculum when we have faith in Jesus as our helper. We've got self-denial, courage, patience, and forgiving love. I mean, you don't just wake up one morning perfectly patient when your sibling breaks your favorite toy. You have to train for it. But the devotional promises that if our eyes are focused on him, he's going to be our counselor and actually help us master every single one of these steps. And self-denial isn't just some old, dusty concept from a history book. It is about making unselfish choices in your everyday life, like with your siblings or your friends. It's letting someone else pick the movie on family night. Or, and this is a big one, giving up the last slice of pepperoni pizza even when your stomach is totally rumbling. That is exactly what self-denial looks like in action.
Section 3. Deleting your bad habits.
Okay, so to learn these new skills, we actually have to start deleting our old, broken programming. Think of it like a software update on a tablet. You've got to delete the buggy, slow, old version to make room for the new, fast, and awesome update. Our way is all about strong self-will and always needing to run the show. But the Jesus way requires us to trade all that in for a childlike, teachable spirit. It means realizing that God has the authority to direct our lives, not us.
The devotional gives us a really important warning here too. Keeping Jesus in our mind's eye is the only way to subdue those powerful bad habits we were born with, or the ones we picked up along the way. The source material actually calls them powerful, hereditary, and cultivated tendencies. Basically, that means some bad habits you were born with and some you just taught yourself. But keeping Christ as your constant pattern is how you fight them off, every single day.
For instance, we have to overcome what the devotional calls the despicable character of loving supremacy, which is really just a super fancy way of saying you always need to be the boss. You know that feeling when you always want to be first in line, or you demand that everyone plays the game your way? Well, the devotional challenges us to see how ugly that trait really is and to just hit delete on it.
Section 4. The Everyday Action Plan.
Character transformation isn't just for Sundays or special occasions. It's for Tuesday mornings before school and Thursday afternoons when you're just super tired. The devotional specifically states he must be in the minutest details of our service. Yes, that literally means even when you're doing your math homework, taking out the trash, or finally cleaning your room. It says Christ has to be blended with all our thoughts, our feelings, and our affections. There is no part of your day that is too small for your ultimate coach to be involved in.
So instead of just copying what everyone else in the world does or leaning on our own limited human understanding, we follow this action plan to get into a right relationship to God and recognize his authority. We sit at his feet. We eagerly drink in his words like we're super thirsty for them. And by doing this, we naturally exchange our stubbornness for a spirit that is actually ready to learn.
Section 5. Less me, more Jesus.
Let's talk about the incredible final result of this character makeover.
When we actually follow this training plan, the changes inside us are going to become completely obvious to everyone around us. As our affections center on Jesus, a massive shift happens. Christ will increase and I will decrease. According to the devotional, Jesus becomes the biggest, most important part of your life, and your own selfish desires become just a tiny little sliver. Your thoughts are drawn upward instead of just focusing on yourself all the time.
When we get this right, our own selfish ego is left in the dust, and we cultivate His virtues to show His character to everyone around us. The source text literally says self-esteem will be laid in the dust. Now, that doesn't mean you feel bad about yourself, not at all. It just means you stop obsessing over yourself because you are so focused on reflecting the awesome, loving character of Jesus to your friends, your teachers, and your family.
I want to leave you with this exact question from the devotional. It's the perfect thing to ask your ultimate coach every single morning. Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? Instead of telling the world what you want to do today, imagine waking up and asking the greatest teacher how you can play on his team today. What would happen if you let him call the plays? That, my friends, is the absolute secret to true character transformation.